have to grab life by the horns, or else it's gonna grab you by the ass. And I trust me when I say this. It's not gonna go in slowly, gently, softly. No, it's gonna come at you hard and fucking fast and rough, and you're not gonna have a great fucking time. Grab life by the horns before it even has a chance to do that. A buddy of mine, he was like, I want to produce like shows and do this and do that, blah blah blah. But he, deep down back then, he had a really fucked up mindset around like his self-esteem and his mental health and stuff. So he, like, even though he fully could, he didn't really want to, but also did, but also didn't think he was capable of it. And I remember I was like, hey, I found this amazing spot. It's like, it's huge. Like, they got a comedy show. I mean, it could be huge and a good spot for a comedy show because it's like, it's spacious. You could easily bring some speakers. They have a bar. They got inside. They got outside. It's great. And they serve some really good food. Honestly, I think it could be an amazing spot. And then he was like, yeah, I'm sure it will be. Maybe. But then guess what? He never actually got around to trying to execute the idea. Why? Because he was afraid. And then as for me, like, I just was like, what a missed opportunity, but okay. Time went on. Guess what? Eventually, like a year passes, and my buddy actually gets like functioning mental health, everything. Or not everything. He's still kind of like taxi driver a little bit. Like, he's kind of getting a little bit too close to how taxi driver ends, let's say. But he's still doing better than before, and that's really saying something. Isn't that kind of scary that I'm able to say he's getting scarily close to the end of Taxi Driver, but he used to be worse? I don't know how. Anyway, but then guess what? Like, he told me, he was like, damn, you know that bar that you told me about before? Turns out they already got a comedy show there, and it's like, it's a hit, it's thriving, everybody loves it. Damn, we missed that opportunity. And like, he learned his fucking lesson, so now he's actually putting pedal to the metal, putting on shows, doing this, doing that. And I am proud of him. I'm happy for him. I even told my buddy JC the other night. He was like, oh no, like, I feel like, how do I know that life's worth continuing living for, blah, blah, blah. And he kept talking in circles no matter what I said. So eventually I kind of lost my temper. But when I lose my temper with someone I care about, I just get real as fuck with them. Because then it's no more, oh, you just have to trust the process. Like, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like, instead it's just like, hey, do you want it to be that next time you see me, which I know you will, whether it's like next week or a few months from now or a year from now? Do you want to be talking to me about the same shit, or do you want to actually bother to try one thing different? Just bother. Or are you just gonna like keep complaining about this shit, not doing anything different? And then next thing you know, you'll just wake up in your 40 with the exact same quality of life you have now, if not worse. Do you want your mental health to get better? Do you want to feel better? You have to actually think you're worthy of better. And even if you don't, go for it. I even told him, sometimes it's not a matter about if you think you deserve it or if you think you're capable. Do you want it? Yeah. Are there steps to try it? Yeah. Then do it. And that's how I got a lot of the shit I got in my life, because I simply believed it was out there and believed it was for me and possible. I even told him, it's like, I got this really expensive necklace from a dude recently. He paid for it. And you know why I got it? Because despite me thinking, am I worth it? Yes, I am, of course. But, even part of me in my brain, when it tried to do any self-doubt, I was like, fuck it. If he likes me as much as he say he does, and he wants to see me happy, hey, I like this necklace. How do you feel about it? He said, it's gorgeous. I said, would you get it for me? He said, how much is it? I told him the price. He cashed after me, and now I got it. Shout out to him. And I told him, it's not a matter about it doesn't matter if you think you fucking deserve it. Do you want it? I even had to tell my buddy, the one who puts on comedy shows, I was like, you are great. You have a lot that you could be doing in your life. You're funny as fuck. You have to actually believe in yourself. And even if you're not funny, okay, boohoo, you bomb on a mic a few times. But then you get used, like everyone says, once you get on stage and you bomb on a mic, then simply put, you don't care after a while, because you'll just be like, this is a random audience of random people. And if they don't like my shit, who cares? Then you'll finally get a laugh. And when you finally get a laugh, you'll be so filled with euphoria that you just have to keep going and doing it again. Like, yeah, you have to go for it. It's just like that. Like, I remember in high school, I wrote a script that I thought, hey, maybe no one will like this, but I like it, so let's do it. And then I went to Academy of the Arts early because they liked my script. And they enjoyed it. I actually got a full, not a standing ovation, but I got a fucking round of applause from everyone in the class from how much they loved my script. People were talking to me about it. People were like, holy shit, you're one of the best writers in this class. Excuse me. Shit. It was a fantastic time. Just see yourself as worth it, and if you can't, then just see yourself as wanting it, and see it as something that you can try for, because you might even be surprised you might fucking get it. Also, for my buddy Morgan, or not buddy, but I don't know, he's just a person who's around, a frenemies with benefits or whatever. Hate him, but to an extent, when he doesn't do terribly, I don't know. It's a confusing thing. To sum it up with Morgan, I remember at some point he went out, like he was just crashing out all the fucking time, losing his goddamn shit, like going insane. And I was too, and I simply told him during my own crash out, separate from his, well, related to him though. I said, "Do you want to just like keep living your life and then one day you wake up and you're like 30 or you're like 35 and you're still in your grandmother's basement and you still aren't doing fucking shit for yourself? Like you still just have nothing in your life, no real connections, no friends that know about your life, no loved ones, no wife, no anything, just a bunch of fucking comic books and porn. And that's all you fucking have. Do you want that for yourself?" And then meanwhile all your friends will be having like families and kids and all of that. What do you actually want? And simply put, that made him snap out of it. He was like, "You're right. I don't want to like be fucking 35 or 40 with the exact same quality of life. I want my life to change." And he did change. And then I remember I even was like, "Hey, buddy, can you watch this succulent for me? Like, just it's on loan. I want you to have it, but at the same time, if you're neglecting it, I'm gonna take it back." And then that led to a domino effect of him going, "You know what? Like he realized I fucking love plants." And then like he went from like unemployed to working at this cafe for a bit, like 1 or 2 days a week until he got more mentally stable. And then he was like, "You know what? I like Tamia and I like succulents and I like gardening. I want to make my life better." And then now he works at like one of the biggest fucking national parks you can, and he's working as a gardener on the weekends, and he's having a great time doing so and stuff. And then me and his relationship flourished too, because he was like, "Oh, you know what? If I do want a serious relationship, what better than this girl who's really good at sex with me and seems to really care about me?" Like, we figured shit out, and then we did, and we had an awesome connection while it lasted before it went down the shitter. But, yeah, that's how I feel. Just, you have to try. Never give up. Giving up. Like, they say that the most expensive thing in the film industry, the most expensive thing, it's not editing, it's not cinematography, it's self sabotage and fear. Because then you will pay the price by giving up tons of invested interest that you had in your own goals, and you'll never achieve them. And then your whole, like, you have a valuable gift and you're letting it go down the drain. Do you want that for yourself? Thought so. Better buck up. Peace out.